What I'm going to do with this is Ed's pretty lady. She's my Tennessee walking horse mare, and I've got her saddled up in here. This is a rope halter. We've got rope reins on her. I'm just going to lunge her around a little bit, see how she handles the saddle, you know. And what we like to do is we like to just tie. I have it over the horn, and I'll just tie this with the leather strap. And the reason I do that is so that, because a lot of times they'll flip their head around and do all sorts of crazy stuff. You don't want the reins to come back over their head where they're stepping on them and getting themselves hurt. So we just like to tie them on one or both sides. I'm going to tie them on both sides. And I make sure that they have enough, there's enough slack here. This is actually a little, yeah, I think it's good. And so that's what we'll do. We just, so that they don't, you know, when they take their head and they get kind of frisky, they'll go like this, or they'll put their head down or up or whatever. And those reins can fly all over the place. So I like to tie them like that. And so I'm going to send her off. My girl, come on, let's go, move, let's go. Nope, that way. Come on. Now I moved her off of me. It's a good thing. See how she's resisting though? So she's not 100% sure that she needs to listen to me a lot, okay? It'll come. I don't worry about it. But I'm going to move her. There we go. I just want her to get comfortable. See how her head is? Her head's up. See how her lips, if you look at her lips, they're kind of pursed. Okay? These are things that you watch. Now, see how she looked in to me there. That was good. Now she's kind of looking out. Come on, girl. Get her up to a canter. And this will help her. Come on. Get up in a canter, girl. There you go. This will help her kind of build up her balance and her coordination stuff. Also gets used to the saddle, the noises it's making. And she's been ridden in a saddle already, but she's a little bit squirrely about it. She gets kind of humped up a little bit in her back. Now see that? How she already knows that means disengage her hind end and turn in. So I'm going to touch her right on the forehead. They like that. It's calming. Just rub her on the neck. I don't smack the horses. I don't think it's necessarily bad to pat them, but if you're thinking it's a praise, it's not a real praise. You could do it to get them, you know, get them used to stuff, touching and banging them, but it's not like they don't really think about it as good boy, good girl, whatever. Rubbing them gently on the neck, touching them on the forehead, those are calming things. So she's cantering there a little bit. Good girl. And when she dips her head a little bit, I'll say good, you know. Good. And believe it or not, they'll start keying on that, and they'll start lowering their head. Good. All right. So I step in front of a drive line a little bit. I'm going to point this way. You can do it. So I try to use, if you notice my flag, I'm using as little pressure as possible. And I don't know if you see how the flag's behind me and I'm dragging it in the dirt. Okay? I'm conscious right now where my shoulders are pointing. See? I'm twisting my shoulders to just be right behind her drive line. Like I said, I imagine a laser pointer coming right through the middle of my chest. And as opposed to like turning it this way. See? You see how she turned in when I turned my shoulders, okay? That's one thing I just did that was just different. She turned in. So what I did was I took, say you're the horse, this is the pressure coming out of my chest. Her head's this way, right? I was driving her this way. I was following her, okay? When I turned my chest this way, I totally took it off of her. And what did she do? With a few strides, she just turned right in and came up. That's how important your body language is to all this. So I'll touch her on the forehead. Good girl. Rub her right there just a little bit. They like that. Give her some direction. And see, she didn't even need any pressure. They really horses try to avoid any kind of pressure. And pressure can be proximity, like how close you are to something. Could be how fast you're moving towards something. Could be how loud you get, like with your motions. All sorts of things are pressure. It's not just like physical touch or anything. Now see, I'm talking with my hands and stuff, and she's trying to figure out what I'm doing. So see how she's dipping her head? So here, come on, girl. She's not looking. There she looked. She comes right in. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And if you turn and see, this is called drawing them in, okay? And horses, I've heard people say critical things about this kind of stuff, like they'll say, oh, you're just chasing the horse around. When they make those comments like that, it shows that they really don't know what they're talking about. But and I guess some people do just mindlessly chase them around, but I'm not talking about that. And a horse will do this to another horse all the time. They will when they come into a pasture or something, they're sizing each other up, and they'll come up to them. They'll come right up to him. They'll come right up to him and nose to nose, and then they'll make that high-pitched nose. Some will strike. Sometimes they'll spin around and kick and all this kind of stuff. And they will figure out where everyone is in the herd. So she just walked off. I'm going to get her moving again. Come on, girl. Good. Good. There. Good. So this is what I want to get. Like, see how her head is starting to relax and stuff? A little bit. Now she's getting a little spicy, I guess. Ooh. See, so some of those straps and everything are touching her, and you saw her do that little hop kind of thing. This is what I'm trying to get her used to, because all that stuff's just bumping around on her. And also I'm trying to get her to canter. You see how she's getting more coordinated with the canter. That's really good. I liked how her head was dropping down with it. She's more in a relaxed frame of mind. I'm not doing positions or anything like this because I want it to look a certain way or anything. What I'm trying to do is get to her mind, okay? It says she walked out there. So she's not all with me. She'd rather be doing something else. But I'm trying to get with, see, look at that. I'm trying to get to her mind, okay? And how you can see, like if somebody's happy, you smile. Or you have a happy eyes, you know, that kind of stuff. We all know what those looks are. We know what a fake smile looks like. We know what a sarcastic smile looks like. Well, horses have these different emotions and looks, and when they're holding their heads a certain way or whatever. And so when they're uptight and nervous, their head's high. So I'm trying to get to her mind to where I know she's relaxing, okay? And so one of the indicators is how her head is, right? And you saw me talking earlier what her lips were doing and stuff. So now I'm going to tell her it's okay. You see I walk up to him just like, no big deal. See, she just licked and chewed there. That's a sign of relaxing. You know, she's no longer clenching her teeth, you know, her jaw kind of thing. So that was good. I got a feeling that she's going to walk off here and move off. We'll see. I'm going to walk away, see if she'll follow me. Good. Now I'm going to drop this and show you like some of this, like a lot of this stuff we can do. You don't even, I spoke too soon. You don't even need the rope. I just lost her. So I'm trying to bring her back. Yeah, I know I did. So that's a cool thing about like doing some things at Liberty too. When you hear me breathe out, that helps my heart rate lower. They can hear your heartbeat or sense your heartbeat. So you'll hear us doing a lot of that, like exhaling when we're doing stuff. So now I'll see if I can get her. Trying to just do light. Nope, I lost her again. Come on, try to do it again. Remember? 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 Good. Now let's try it. Come on. There, she did it. Good girl. Notice those tail swishes? Those are meant for me. You know? No. Remember? Come on. Remember? You got it. You remember? Now see how she's just walking off? She's running off here. So she still needs that. I mean, she's got it a little bit. There. Good. Good girl. Back up. No. Come on, back up. You can do it. Back up. Good. Good girl. I like how she's hooking on here. Real nice. Here. Come on. See, I'm losing her. I lost her right there. See? I lost her. So when if another horse is out there and wants the horse to do something, and they'll get him to move, right? It's really cool. Like I watch a lot of stallion behavior. We have got a bunch of stallions here, and we turn them out with the mares regularly, you know. And it's really interesting to watch the stallions interact with the mares and how the mares make them work for their buy-in or whatever you want to call it. See her? She's flicking her head. She's a little bothered by this. Now that's not something like bothered, like I should stop. It's bothered, I should keep going. Okay, because she would do this to a stallion, right? If he came and tried to move her feet, she'd start doing that with her head like that. Okay, so that's like sometimes when I say bothered, you know, sometimes you want to stop, other times you don't want to stop. And this is one of those times where I don't want to stop because she's getting bothered, because she's just, so you see what I did there? I put more pressure on her rear end. And see what she does there. Good. So, like a stallion will come into that herd, and those mares he'll first start to try to move them to a certain area and keep them in a certain area. He'll pick an area. It'll be an area of a pasture or something. And I guarantee you that you'll have one of them in there that will test him and will want to go her own way. And he'll watch her, and then he'll bow his neck and do all this kind of snaking with his head and stuff, and he'll bring her around back to his herd, his little herd, right? And then you think, oh, then it's over. No, then they usually do it again. They do that thing like, no, I don't want to do this. And so mares really, I think this is why people have, some people have trouble with mares. I think it's because they don't understand this, that a mare is going to, look how she's backing up pretty nice. She's going to make you prove yourself to her, okay? And if you don't prove yourself to her, and how you prove yourself is you move their feet, you have them get out of your space, draw them in, do these kind of things that they don't want to do. You work through that, like you saw her doing that head shake and stuff. You work through that. If you don't, the mare's gonna start to think that you're just kind of pestering her, and that's where you'll get, they'll start to pin their ears at you, try to bite you or bite you, kind of things like this. And it's not, I love mares. It's not hard to get them to not do that, but you have to be consistent, and and it's not always like that. Like it's like, see if she's doing this? She's protesting, okay? Come on, let's go. And so I'm moving her out like a stallion would, okay? And stallions are like that too. However, it's different. You have to be on top of a stallion, but it's not. It's a different sort of thing. Stallions don't expect the mares to prove themselves to them, okay? What stallions will do is stallions are always looking for loose horses to bring into their herd until they have their number, and then the season kind of changes. When the day length starts to shorten, they kind of close their band, which is a natural sort of thing. But the stallions are more motivated. They fight, okay? So when they see another horse, they're looking at him going, is that a horse I need to challenge? Is that a horse I need to fight? And this is why you don't want to get in a fight with your stallion. It's just always a kind of a bluff thing. You don't want them to think you're a horse, But I find stallions wonderful. One of my favorite horses is a stallion. That's Wayne. Him and I have a really good bond together. But when we start moving other horses around, he'll go, oh, is that a mare, or is that a horse I need to fight? So that's kind of what's going through his mind. And to me, it isn't a scary thing. It's just something to see how she's doing it with her head. So I do not want to stop right now with her doing that kind of stuff with her head, okay? Because she's not telling me that she's all in right now. She's protesting. Could be the saddle. I don't know. Just could be she's not all convinced yet. Now see, she's just licking chewed there. That's a good sign. So go like this. Come on, girl. Pay attention. Okay. See, that's why I say to tie them onto that saddle like that. Because, see, she could have flicked that over a couple times and get herself hurt. So I'm also watching, like, how long does it take her to pay attention to, see, I lost her right there. How long did it take for her to go, hey, he stopped the pressure. What do I need to do, right? So I'm going to send her off again. Come on. And she's also kind of, some of the time she's cocking her rear end towards me a little bit. And see, so what I'll do is I'll focus on it, I'll look at it, see, and that will keep it away from me. And if that doesn't, then I'll take the flag and I pretend like I'm almost like you're almost casting a fishing line, you know, right at it. And they can kind of feel that. So then I'll bring her in. Good. Good girl. That was pretty good. How you doing? How you doing? See how she's looking around though? This is normal. This is when you first start them. Their mind's off there. They're thinking, I don't want to do this. What are my friends doing? Can I be over there? Whatever. So, I mean, I won't get all this solved in one setting. And you see how she's kind of, you know, she moved off, which is good. I mean, she's kind of anticipating what I want, but sometimes they check out their mind too when that's going on, okay? So I'm just being conscious of that. Good. Come on. So I think I'm going to stop here just to, because I don't think I'm going to get it any better today. So I'm going to stop. Come on. Come on. Come on, girl. Yeah. Come on. There you go. See what I'm saying? So she's not, you can tell she's not 100% with the program. And she's a sweet horse, okay? Nothing, I'm just saying that's it. So sometimes you can kind of get lulled into a false sense of security with it. And you think, oh, you know, my horse loves me and it'll do anything I want. Well, you can kind of see that with a mare, you got to prove yourself to him, okay? So we'll end it here. Should people subscribe? They should. Hey, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.